All right, welcome back to week 16 of training camp countdown to my first Ironman 2023 in Sacramento. It's been a very, very busy weekend, or week I should say. My mom came to visit, and when mom comes to visit, there's a couple of things that's gonna happen. Number one, home cooking. So it's really difficult to discipline oneself when mom's in town and she wants to take care of you. So I had to maintain and make sure my weight did not increase. So that's definitely difficult, but I did maintain it. And the other difficult thing is, when you only see your mom once a year, or not once, maybe twice or three times a year, I'd like to take advantage of that time when she's here. So it's very difficult to work out while she's here, but I still got the workouts done. So when it's time to grade for this week, there will be nothing different than all the other weeks. But they are challenges that are legitimate. Family members, loved ones, friends, when they're in town, you want to hang out with them, and it throws the whole workout process, or the workout program process, kind of throws it in chaos. So you have to have the discipline to, maintain the current program and make sure that you don't ease off. So definitely tested my discipline this week, a whole week, not just a weekend. But October 22nd, 2023, Omar Lima, you are an Ironman. That's all I can hear over and over in my head. So that pushed me and motivated me to go out there. As I'm licking my lips, man, I got this in jiu-jitsu yesterday, but I can feel like I'm dehydrated. I need to drink more water. But anyway, this week, let's see. I will definitely need to do my bike because my tire is flat. So I'll have to research on YouTube looking how to properly change a bike tire. The last thing I want to do is mess up my bike. So I'll have to research first, and then I'll have to do it. And then when I do it, I'll bring you guys along to see what it looks like. So I'll do that. All right, welcome back. So I wanted to document this, that I did a little experiment yesterday. So my experiment was, first of all, I made a mistake on my experiment. If I would have been a little bit more detail oriented, I could have fulfilled my goal, but I'll explain. So yesterday, Friday, I needed to swim, and I didn't want to follow the workout program that I normally follow. I wanted to do something a little different, and I really needed to test myself to see if I can do the long distance, right? I've been doing, 2,000, 2,500 meters per workout, but they're broken up into sets, 50 meter sets, 100 meter sets, 200 meter sets, tons of little small meters sets. And I haven't really pushed the long distance. I think the longest I've ever done was 600 meters. And I was really excited. I put it on video. I was stoked. So the experiment I wanted to do was, I wanted to do 3 sets of 1,000 meters. And then I wanted to do an 800 meter set as the fourth set, just to kind of fulfill the 2.4 miles of the swim that I have to do for the Ironman. I need to see if I can do it. I know I can break it up and do it, but consecutively I needed to see. So the first set, I went 1,000 meters, took me 22 minutes, and I felt good. I was like, wow, 1,000 meters. So I took like a minute to 2 minute rest, and then I busted out the second set and did another 1,000. So I was good. And then I looked at the time. I was getting short on time. I thought, I only had an hour. So I didn't have enough time to do the third. So I was like, okay, so I kind of did some random drills. But yesterday, that gave me the confidence. That told me in my mind that the endurance long distance, that I can do it. I needed that. In September, when I need to do a 100-mile bike ride, right? Like, I've never felt what 100 miles feels like. So right now I'm just kind of clueless of what it feels like. I know I can do it. I just need to know at what point I can do it. So we're gonna find out in September, but I needed to feel that in the swim. So that really satisfied a lot of my curiosity, that all the work that I've been doing has definitely been paying off, and I can do it. So, and that's just a clean situation. There's no, variables, other people swimming, the weather, the current, all that good stuff. But I know that I now can do it. So that was a huge victory yesterday. So I'm really, really happy about that. And the mistake that I made was I only swam for an hour, and I was designated to do an hour and 15. Last, several weeks I've been doing hour swims. I assumed that we're doing another hour again, and it was an hour 15. So I'm gonna be docked because I didn't do my time. I missed 15 minutes. But although I will dock on the grade, it was definitely a useful workout because I got that confidence. And I would have had more confidence of it if I would have done the third set of 1,000, but I would have had it. And my mom left, so I now can go back to training uninterrupted. Not to say that I was interrupted, but I want to spend time with my mom, and it was difficult having her here and I'm out training. So that's why yesterday's training, on her last day, I did the indoor bike and I did the indoor run. We have a treadmill in our living room, so I decided to do everything indoor. So although I really don't like doing indoor, I did it because family's visiting. And then today I have a 2-hour bike ride, and unfortunately I need to do it indoors because I have a flat tire. So tomorrow on Sunday, I'm going to break down the bike, change the tube, learn how to do it, make sure I have the right tools. I'll definitely record that and document that. So that's the current update at the moment, week 15. Man, 15 weeks. It's on. I'm ready. Let's do it. All right, welcome back to fixing my bike. I needed the professional assistance of my really, really good friend, Jeff. Jeff is the expert, so say hi, Jeff.
Hi.
And if you look in the previous videos in history on my channel, you'll see that Jeff was doing jiu-jitsu, and he did a rugged maniac race with me, or I did it with him. And what was the other one we did? 2 videos. So
building 2 gyms.
That too. Actually, yes, he helped me on the 2, one functional core fitness and functional elements in San Francisco. He helped a lot with the building of it, putting the lights together. So I really, really owe this man a lot. So thank you so much, Jeff.
You're very welcome.
All right, so we're gonna change the tire. He's gonna teach me how to change the tire. I'm gonna have the camera on time lapse, so enjoy the changing of the tire. All right, tire is done. It's all fixed. Thank you very much, sir. Really appreciate it.
No problem.
And you know what? All right, to tell you the truth, I don't even think I've ever changed a bike tire. So I really had no idea what I was doing. And so I actually learned a lot. And there's a couple things on there that if I would have to do this live without this instructional teaching, I would have gone crazy because I would have never figured out. So I'm so glad that it's all fixed. Now I have an idea of what to do, and now I know. All right, headed back to the bike store. Need to buy some things too. Clean my bike. Got the tire fixed, and Jeff recommended that I clean my chain, buy a little pouch to keep my tools in, and replace the tube that I used. So went to the store, I got the Cyclone. I'm gonna clean my my dirty chain. So maintenance is extremely important, especially with my expensive bike. I want to make sure that it stays nice and smooth and runs perfect. So I got to make sure that I maintain my bike. And I did a 2-hour run this morning, and my legs are a little bit in pain. Not in pain, but just tired. So getting up and down from the floor was a little bit more painful than I wanted to be. So now I gotta clean. Once I clean this, my day's over. I think I'm gonna just call it a day, relax, and then look forward to swimming tomorrow. So, all right, here's the bike cleaning. Oh man, all done. Got a nice clean chain, new tube. It's like having a whole new bike. And I even got one of these little things right here to store my tools. So all is good, all is clean. I'm glad I learned that. That was definitely a necessity. So now that's one thing off the checklist. Learning how to change a tire on my bike, learning more about my bike. Definitely interesting. So it's the small details, the little small things. Like, all right, so watch this. So I would have never, ever would have guessed to take this little screw, little nut off I would have never, ever, I would have yanked and pulled and tried to use force to take the tube out. Yeah, it's little things like that. You know, Jeff has been riding his bike as a main source of transportation for the last, 20 something years. So he's definitely a wealth of knowledge, and I'm glad that I was able to utilize that knowledge. So thank you, Jeff. I really appreciate it. And yeah, all good, ready to go. Grading comes next. All right, welcome back to the grading for week 15. All right, let's break it down. So let's start first with the swim. I, unfortunately, have to dock myself a little bit of my grade because I finished 15 minutes early on one of my swim training sessions. But I was able to experiment, like I said, and was able to hit 2 1,000 meter splits. So because I did the 2,000 meter splits, finished 15 minutes early, I won't dock myself too much of a big grade, but I will definitely dock myself and give myself an A-. Those 2 1,000 meter splits just raised my confidence level to a whole new level. Again, now I feel like the distance I can do. Now again, variables are a different story, right? Current, people, race day, the nerves, anything and everything that one can feel during race day, that is something that I cannot really mimic, but I do have something that I will be doing in 2 weeks though. In 2 weeks, a friend of mine, Al, he is running the same race as I am. And he went up to Sacramento, swam the Sacramento River, and says, hey, we got to go up just to get the experience of see what it feels like. And I will be headed up to Sacramento in 2 weeks. So July 22nd, I'll go up. We will go up. We'll go for a day, swim for a couple hours, and then head back home. Mike, I would love to come by and check out your place. So please expect me to come by on the 22nd on Saturday, either most likely on the way home. So probably in the late afternoonish. So please be prepared to see me. Your boy's coming through. I miss you. All right, so that's the swimming. So I'll give myself an A-. And the second one is the cycling. Now, my mom was in town and I had to do one training session indoors so that I can hang out with her. And then I also had to do another training session indoor because I had a flat tire. So I will give myself a B, and just a right dead center B for the grading of the cycling. Now I think my cycling is coming along. Like I said, I just changed the tire. I just learned how to break down my bike, change the tire. I also just cleaned the chain. So the bike is now running smooth, or I should say smoother than before. So very big day yesterday in learning that changing of the tires. So again, Jeff, I really appreciate everything you've done for me and continuing to do for me. So 2 training sessions indoor, 1 by choice, the other one by not choice. So I'll give myself a B for the cycling. Another good news for cycling is when I went to the bicycle outfitters, I asked the gentleman who was at the front, I believe he's the owner, and I asked him, I go, hey, where can I ride for 100 miles? And he definitely gave me some great advice, some great places to check out first. So I'm gonna research those places, check them out, see what they are, or see how they are, and then I'll definitely post them on the video to show my route when I have to do my centennial ride in September. Oh, going back to my swimming, not only do I have a date scheduled for the river in 2 weeks, but also in September, we'll be going up to Lake Tahoe to, again, visit my mom again. And this time I will be taking all my wetsuit, my tri-suit, and the bike to not only swim in open water, but also to cycle that weekend as well. I believe that weekend is the 100-mile bike ride. So I'm definitely gonna take advantage of taking hopefully a long bike ride in Lake Tahoe to challenge my lungs. Now, on to the running. All right, running. I think my running is doing amazing. I have to dock my points because I did one training session indoor because my mom was in town. I didn't want to, leave my mom. And then the other running I did indoor when I had to do my indoor bike. I just figured I'm inside, let me just do it inside. The treadmill messed with my head. And the reason I say that is because as I was running on the treadmill, I felt like a gazelle. I was like, whoo! I feel like Khashoggi out there running 2-hour marathons. I was flying. And then when I ran on Sunday outdoors, man, I felt like a huge difference. So I definitely don't like running on treadmills because it messes with my mind, where I just feel so fast and I feel amazing. But then outside, it's a different feel, and it's a lot slower, so it kind of mess with my mind a little bit. So I definitely don't want to use a treadmill, maybe in emergency cases only, but I need to stay away from that. That blew up my head. I was like, woo, I felt good. And then I went outside, I'm like, big change. So I don't like that that contrast feeling. So I will definitely give myself a B for running indoors twice. So B's all the way across, but I did all of my work minus the 15 minutes that I stopped early on my swim. So all in all, a very good week of training. Even though my mom was in town, Mom and Don is her husband, with both of them being in town, I am very proud of myself for maintaining discipline, not just on limiting the home cooking, but also the discipline of working out while having visitors. Like I said, I only see my mom and Don twice, 2 to 3 times a year, so I wanted to spend as much time as possible. So it really hurt for me to train for 2 or 3 hours, and leaving them at home. So all in all, it was a very good week of training, a very good week of everything. So it wasn't bad. So I had a great time with them here, and I maintained my discipline. So B's across. All in all, training was good. My body feels amazing. I really feel, if I feel this good now, I can only imagine how I'm gonna feel when I peak, right? Because our training, or my training, is it's ramping up. And the hardest weekend before it starts to slowly ramp down is 3 weeks prior to the race. So we're going up and up and up. My body's feeling good. No injuries. Now that I've been really taking care of my body recovery-wise, I've been able to hit some of the injuries that have been nagging me for the last couple of years. So that I've been fixing those. I've really been doing a great job as a mechanic fixing my aches and pains. So I've always done it before, but now to be more specific and more detailed has definitely been a huge game changer in how I'm feeling and how it's allowing me to do all these training sessions without overtraining and or being in pain or just getting injured. So all in all, everything's good. And jiu-jitsu, I have been little by little decreasing my jiu-jitsu time. I think that's also what's making my body feel even better. And if I'm feeling good or better now, I definitely need to cut down more jiu-jitsu. So I'm saying that as I'm here in my jiu-jitsu academy. So I gotta do what I gotta do. And once October's over, we'll reassess the goals and see what I plan on doing next. Stay tuned.